We're playing a homebrew Pathfinder1e campaign set in a land of ice and snow. Let's introduce our resident heroes. Dave plays our human rogue, Angelus the Lantern. Ad plays our half-elf ranger, Ulf the Unconscious. And Lee plays our half-elf cleric, Giles. No, really, don't shake his hand. Our heroes have just interrupted a dwarven boar hunt.
Nice. Thank you, DM.
So you guys have followed these tracks and you see down the hill. And last time you rolled the perceptions and you guys see everything. You see a dire boar cornered with her little boar. Is it a cub? Is it a piglet? Is it a whatever it is? A little boarlet, shall we say? Surrounded by the two dwarves lying in wait and a dire badger in the corner.
Cool.
What do you guys do?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I presume we just need to. Oh, there they are. Okay, I didn't even spot them there. Right.
I know. I was looking at it earlier. I was like, I cannot see these.
Yeah. Exactly where Dave pinged those two. There's dire badger there. You see the boars.
So, do you think there's any chance of talking to these people before we try and just fill them with arrows?
I mean, if the thing is, though, if we shout out, we're going to startle the boars, potentially. Although,
well, that's it. Don't we want to do that?
Well, true, we could do with getting rid of them, but at the same time, we could do with if these are sentient beings, we need to know if they are sentient or they're just boars. If there's any way of us communicating with them to kind of figure that out. If we go up to them, we're like, "What's up? I'm Angelus the Lantern," and they just kind of go "Brr," and just charge me. Then we know the boars.
I was thinking. I meant the dwarves that are hunting them.
Yeah,
to stop
was
them
on
hunting them.
boars.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do talk to them, they might be like, "Shut up, we're about to kill these things," and they might turn on us.
Yeah, but if we kill them first,
that's like, do we talk to them or do we just go for the kill? That's my question. What do you think?
I say go for the kill. There's only two of them, right?
I mean,
that we can see, and the big angry badger.
Well, yeah, the big angry badger could be the one that will tip the scale in their favor. I mean, what about? I mean, I'm gonna hate this so much. Why don't you just light me up?
What? Wait, what? You want me to light you up?
Light me up, and I'll walk in like the human beacon that I am. Hopefully, startle the boars away, and just make it look like we just accidentally walked in the way, and we can actually have a talk with the hunters that way.
Okay.
And be like, "Oh, sorry guys, we had no idea you were here."
Oof. Do you think this is a good idea?
Well, shall I stay hidden out the way while you do that?
Well,
so if it does go pear-shaped, I can just start firing at them.
I'll stay hidden with you. I'm going to reach out to Angelus and.
I like the plan of him walking out and getting rid of the boars and being a focus away from us.
Just want to make sure I'm not wasting a spell. I think low light. No, it's not low light vision. Which spell is this?
I mean,
it's not spark. Is it one fine object? Well, no,
Can
we don't want
a perception off you all, please?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We've taken too long. 31. Oh no, 30. Sorry, my perception is 10, isn't it?
Which way do I know? Is that a 6 or a 9 on this dice? I've just got to figure out.
Should be underlined, Lee.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah, the 6 is, the 9 isn't. 9 plus 4, so 14.
22.
Nice. So, Ad, you see the dwarves are just very casually slotting in bolts into their crossbows as they sort of sit comfortably in the trees, and they begin dropping something. They look like plants, but they're just dropping them outwards and scattering them. And another guy's just rubbed a bit on himself, and he's thrown it down again. And you notice the boars are kind of getting a bit more interested and heading just very steadily to where they're lobbing these things like really far. So
Right.
they're doing something to sort of just to trap them in slowly, and you see them sort of like closer, closer.
I
Run in
I'm
there,
punching
Angelus.
them. Yeah, I'm touching you with the light spell, Angelus. I can't find with the bloody spell, but I'm touching with it. Light, I found it. It's a level 0.
Yeah. So you touch him with
Okay, so I
light,
just-
and what are you specifically lighting up? His weapon, his shirt, his.
His
You can't light
head.
up all of him.
I've
It has to be an object. It can't
I've
be a
touched
person.
his big head.
So, like the hood of his robe, maybe. So you've lit up his robe.
I've kind of got
I got
Angelus
nothing.
lights.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to use the light for this. Just
So the object that Lee touches is most likely going to be the robe with his hands, and that lights up, the rest of your flowing now bright robe. You're going to have to move, Dave or Angelus, to where you want to be.
gonna move. How far can I move? 30? Is it 30?
You can make a double move on a go,
Move as
but
much as possible.
considering we're not in rounds yet, you'll be all right to kind of move how you want to.
Okay. If I walk, I'll go to there. Then,
Yeah.
I think.
Cool, move your character.
Here gets Dave gets
Fucking wrong
crossbow
word there.
bolts up the butt.
Are you quiet? Do you make noise? What do you do? Are you just are you just coming in with a light, like strolling in?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just wander in. I'll kind of snap twigs and things as I go, and try and make as much of a crunch as I go through stuff.
Yeah.
A bit of stomping motion.
So you're stomping through, and the boars notice, and they spook, and they bolt. So they completely just exit the screen. And the dwarves look down at you with a cross look on the face, and the one closest to you says, "What are you doing?"
I don't know, man. I was walking around and then my hood lit up. I have no idea what's going on.
Bluff, please.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Where's my bluff? Oh, my bluff 7. Okay. 20.
20. Okay, so I'll do a counter. So they look at you, and they say, "That's unusual. But what do you think you're doing? We're hunting here."
Oh, I'm real sorry, man. I didn't know. I was too dumbfounded by my hood lighting up randomly.
The second one shouts, "We've been hunting this boar since this morning. You owe us something."
Maybe. I mean, I'm more than happy to split a pint of mead with you.
They drop down from the tree and both walk up to you. And one of them whistles, and the badger begins scampering over.
I'm gonna die.
And they say, "You owe us a mead, all right. Come on, let's go back to camp."
All right. Yeah. Okay. Come on then. Let's go.
Yeah.
Should
So
we
you
kill them?
guys head back to the Beyondhind camp if you should follow them. I don't think they've seen Giles or Ulf yet, so I don't know what you guys want to do. They don't acknowledge you. They just kind of like walk back with Angelus in tow, and they're like questioning you a bit more. They're like, "So what the hell? What the hell happened to make your shirt light up?"
I mean, maybe I'm just godly. I don't know. It just happens every now and again. It's one of them things. I just get this feeling like something divine has touched me. It happens every now and again. It hasn't happened in a while, but
Something
know.
divine, hey?
something divine.
They
Divine.
look at you and they say, what gods do you worship?"
The good ones.
The good ones. They look at you with a frown. Can I get a knowledge religion check? So so you can give some examples of the good ones.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
What
And
was
you
the,
may-
wasn't the one you followed, Dave?
this?
Booze
I-
and women or something, wasn't it? What
Yeah.
was it?
I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Was it Bravos or something?
Bravos?
Brevis.
Brevis, that's it.
Bravos. Oh, sorry, Dan. What do you want me to?
Knowledge religion, please, to see if you can remember what are the good gods.
I mean, can I knowledge religion? No, mate. I ain't got
Can
any.
I just get your intelligence modifier, please? D20 plus 1.
D20 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you don't have a knowledge religion.
5.
You know Brevis, that's it, and yeah, that's the only god you know.
I mean, do you need to know any more?
They scowl at you and they say, Orthoth is our patriarch, our god. You may want to think of him in times of dire need. He's always helped us out, and they take out some symbols around their neck of the flame and the hammer, and they give their pendants a kiss and then tuck them back in. And they take you, and they just walk with you and just chat with you casually and take you back to camp. Ulf and Giles, do you join this exchange or do you follow at a distance?
Follow at a distance.
Yeah, I'd like to linger outside the camp than actually go inside it and just watch what might happen to him.
Cool. Let's take you back to the Beyondheim Dwarves scene, and I will move your characters accordingly. So we'll have you backing out here. We'll have Giles here as they're taking him, Angelus here as they're taking him back in, and we'll have those three with you then. So they're either side of you, the badgers following from behind and sort of scampering up. And quite quickly as you enter the camp, the badger scampers to join its pal over here. Oh, and he's gone. And they say, "Come on, we can get a drink over here that we can split." And they start heading towards this.
All right, lads, let's get going. First round's on me, and the second.
Wonderful. So they walk up to the door, nod to the two other blokes, and they sort of beckon you to come in with them.
Cool.
You walk in the door, and they slam the door behind you, and you hear a lock latch. And the voices and you hear the voices on the other side say, "We've got another one interfering with the hunt, guys. Just watch him until we finished. We'll be done in a couple of days. We don't, we're not going to pal. We just don't need anyone interfering with the hunt. We need to head back to Beyondheim as soon as possible, and we've got to get this last shipment sorted. Hey, where did that priest go?" And they start chatting with the two other people at the front.
So,
Can I get perceptions off Ulf and Giles to see what you can see and what you saw happen?
28.
28. You see everything. You see Angelus walk in. You see the two dwarves shut the door and bolt it behind them. Him.
Okay. So, Giles, it looks like a rescue mission.
No. No. I didn't see anything.
But what I'm thinking is, can
Just looks like a
we
ritual.
see where the badgers eat?
At the moment, they're not eating. They are currently just snoozing around this. It's a sled. So unlike the wagons that other people have had, these guys just use big sleds, and it clearly looks like they hook these big badgers up to them, and they just drag along stuff while the dwarves march alongside.
Okay.
So they're just snoozing around these sleds.
They don't have like a food store for the badgers, or
Nothing that you can see. The these two guys over here are just kind of petting them and having a chat, and it's not feeding time, basically.
Okay.
You watch as these two hunters head out and go into this building. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to be able to see what's going on in these buildings, so I'm going to hide the contents of this building.
Oh.
And you see these two guys out here, and they're just guarding.
How long does my glowing last for?
It'll say on your character sheet, Lee.
Okay. I think it's quite a while, if I remember correctly.
It is quite a while.
Yeah. 1 second.
Is there anywhere I could quite easily start a fire on the side of one of these buildings?
You're going to have to sneak a bit closer. So these
30
are
minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. It's quite a while. These are makeshift log cabins. They look like they are older buildings, but have recently been refurbished. So they're essentially just big logs. It's been snowing around here, so they're a little bit damp on the outside. There are little wood stores, dry wood stores, and next to each side of the building, you see that they've put a wood storage.
Okay. So this building closest to us, if I can, I'd like to try and start a fire.
Okay.
Hopefully as a distraction.
So what, this building, you're going to have to sneak up and give it a try and tell me what you're going to do and how you're going to start the fire.
I'm going to stay where I am.
So I've got a flint and steel.
Yeah.
So whatever loose tinder and that around there, if I'll light that, get that going, and then make a retreat back into the forest.
Can I get a stealth, please?
Yeah.
And can you move your character accordingly?
Oh, my stealth's pretty good. 19.
Okay, so move your character accordingly.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an idea.
So you begin to set your fire, and you have your flint and your flint and steel, and you're making that typical noise, and eventually you get enough sparks that some leaves you've gathered begin to light. You sort of pass it on and slowly begin to feed this fire. This is a lengthy process, though. And the small vestiges of a fire begin.
Okay. As soon as I notice that's caught, I'll retreat back to where I came from.
Yeah.
How close do I have to be to command a living creature?
There should be a range on it.
Okay.
On the
Double check.
spell list. Let's have a quick look. So command is 1 living creature, 1 round, close, 30 foot. Yeah, that's the range. So as you begin to move away, you see the guy in the middle, and he turns to his friend and he says, "Do you smell? Do you smell burning? You smell?" And he looks, and this wood isn't entirely dry. It's put under there to dry, and you begin to see that it's smoking quite heavily. And he comes round and he shouts, "Fire, lads! Fire!" And all of the people from out of here head out.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't go in there.
And they begin to put out the fire. Once about 3 of them are on it, it gets put out pretty quickly. One of them just takes a bucket of water that's used in the badger's trough, and 2 of us go in, and the other 3 stay out, and they're talking about how it's going to happen. How it happened in the first place. And the guy in the golden outfit, he says, "Spread out, boys. Seems like some mischief's afoot. We've had 1 guy that we've had to capture. Maybe we've got some people around this camp." and these guys begin to patrol and move around, and this guy stands on guard here, and he goes back, and the other ranger moves around to the other side to look out.
Oh god. Probably just made it much harder.
Can I start banging on the door?
Yeah, of course you can.
Ooh.
You bang on the door, and the two guys outside say, "Shut up, human."
Wow. Excuse me. I am a human, but I am a thirsty human. Where is this mead that you guys promised me? I'm willing to pay for it.
One of them turns around to the other and says, "Think you'll really pay for a mead?" And the other one goes, How much are you going to pay for the mead?"
How much is your mead? How good is your mead?
5 gold for a mead.
5
Fuck.
per mead.
How
Are you not-
expensive.
Mate, boys, that mead better be good.
He says, "Place the gold by the door and step back onto the beds."
Place the mead through the door. Back up off the steps.
He says, "The only way you're going to get this mead in here is if you place the gold on the floor and go back to the beds. If not, be quiet."
The only way you're going to get this gold is if you place the mead on the floor. Away from the door.
While this is all going on, can I summon a wolf?
Yeah, there's distractions here, guys. Come on.
Of course you can. So you summon a wolf. Getting the stats up.
I feel like it's going to go terribly wrong, wolf. I'm not quite sure how we're going to get out of this one.
There we go. So your wolf is abnormally fat, it seems. I'll trim him off. There we go, that's better. That is your medium-sized wolf that's summoned right next to you. What I'll just do, Lee, is I'll put him in control of you.
How long do I have to wait until I can use my wolf? Is he here now, or?
He's here now.
Okay.
He's now controlled by you. Remember, he is here for, what, 3 rounds?
Yeah, he's not going to mess around, don't you worry. How far can he travel in 1 round?
He can travel... Let's have a quick look at wolves. So wolves have a speed of 50 feet, so 100 feet per round if he double dashes.
Excellent. It's going to be 35 feet and attack. This guy here.
Cool. So as you've summoned him, a guy goes, "What's that? What's that in the bushes?" And your wolf comes out and just... Can you roll to hit?
I can't. Is that a D6? Or D8?
No, D20 to hit.
Oh, I'm thinking damage. Oh, 19.
19. So plus 2 is to hit, so 21. You certainly hit this guy. 1d6 plus 1, please.
5.
Nice. So this guy takes 5 damage. Sorry, I'm just quickly generating some stats for him.
Oh no, you didn't expect him to be attacked.
No, it's fine. I'm just I've got stats for all of them. It's just generating, just making sure that their HPs there. I'm going to do their initiatives as well.
I've just got this building sense of massacre.
I know. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is going to be the end of.
It's one of those ones where it's the guy's like, I was only trying to do the right thing, and somehow ends up killing everyone. I didn't mean it.
So while the wolf's biting on his face, he is loud, he's screaming, and everyone needs to roll initiative.
Oh, wow.
Dave, can I get a perception to see if you know what's happening on the outside?
Yeah.
You're still doing this mean thing, and you're still arguing with them. They're like, we're not coming in, and you're like, I'm not coming out.
Oh.
19, nice.
No. It's the other one,
Oh, it's 1. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
as always. I don't think I've rolled a good initiative.
Ooh, okay. Wait, what's my perception? 22.
22
initiative
for your
is
perception.
5.
You hear like snarling in the background, and you hear a dwarf screaming. And you can make your character would make that of what he will, but you're still trapped in this place. So whilst you can roll initiative, you're going to have to think of on your turn ways to try and get out of your confinement. So can I get a roll for initiative from you, please, Dave?
Oh yeah.
They're taking his axes off him.
No,
No,
they've
they
not
just-
taken any weapons. They've just literally locked him in a room.
Oh, come on, Angelus. Use your initiative.
MacGyver it.
Yeah. Well, I've just rolled 20. Natural
You've
20.
got all your axes
Natural
there.
20.
You're in a wooden
That's what-
building.
27 because of is your initiative 7?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Initiative is 7. Yeah.
What's your initiative, Lee?
5.
5. So, I'm just going to have most of the dwarves go on the same turn because it's an absolute pain in the arse to split them up. So, okay, I'll have them all go then. So most of the dwarves notice and hear the screaming, and they're all going to react. So, Dave, you're the first person who goes in this round.
Okay. Ooh. I mean, I've heard the snarling and everything like that. So these guys still out? I'm still arguing with these guys, aren't I? Have these guys heard what's going on?
So you just hear one of them go, "What the hell? Did you have any friends?"
Only the divine. Whatever's out there, man, doesn't sound good. You better off in here and bring the mead.
Mm. The other one goes, "Yeah, and all fourth shit's in the woods. Shut up." And one says to the other one, "Go check it out." And he's going to move on his go. So the guy getting his face chewed off is going to is a bit startled, but he's going to attempt to slash back at this wolf. Completely missing.
Yes.
He slashes, but like he's being bitten down on. He's completely freaked out. He's like, "Oh no!" And making as much noise as possible. So in order, it's going to be.
I can't wait for us all to be in costume when we're doing this one day.
I'll do it. I have to go for a wide angle.
I'll make a cosplay of myself, and I will purposely make my cowl and everything light up.
Oh, nice. I can't find the other person I put station, I'm going to have to highlight so I can... Oh, here. He's here. Okay, so he didn't hear because he's all the way over there. So this guy's going to come over and he's going to be like,
There you go.
what the... And he's going to see the wolf and he's going to take a fire at it with his arrow and miss. So this bolt just springs past, buries into the ground at the wolf. The next person to go is the guard outside of Dave's, and he's going to do his full movement towards the area to check it out. So he's going to go...
Is this sinister enough to be Giles?
I'm just thinking E.T. is all I can think. Sneeze in the basket.
Does look a bit more ET than Giles. Now, dwarves have half movement, so I'm just going to double check what dwarf movement is. 20 feet, so they can move 40 max. He's moved 25, so he just needs to move 15 more. So he moves here, sees the wolf, and he starts screaming, "Wolf! Wolf!" alerting these two guys inside.
Arrows, arrows.
Wolf, wolf.
Axe the bloody wood.
The next guy to go is this guy in the middle, and he turns and he goes, and the two dire badgers immediately begin moving towards the noise. And he is going to go, and he's going to take a bite of the wolf. That's a hit. He does 5 damage to this wolf as he just bites it by the scruff of the neck and takes a considerable amount of damage off it. So your wolf is down to 8 HP, Lee.
Okay. He's got 2 rounds, right, before he disappears anyway.
Yep. The next dire badger, he's going to pile in, and he's going to scamper over and do the exact same thing. And that's going to be a miss. So he takes his jaws to bite, and no dice. Okay. So next it's Lee.
Well, okay. Actual me.
Yeah.
Hang on. I want to move myself just yet. Yep, I'm drawing on my screen.
And, yeah.
How do I
That's
stop
weird.
that? Oh my god. What have I done?
You've selected the draw shape function. You need to click on the select move function. You want me to delete that for you, Lee?
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much. So 35 and 40, right. I'm just going to move myself 1 step forward, and I am going to attempt to command this. Was it a boar? Badger?
Badger, dire badger.
Dire badger. Yeah, so I'm going to attempt to command this dire badger. Which is... So, check. So, it's a will save of 13.
Yep.
And it's within 30 feet. That's all I know about this.
So there's certain commands that you can order a creature to do. So it has to be capable of understanding it, roughly.
Oh, it will understand.
1 living creature. There's really a couple of commands you can do. You can't encourage it to kill or die or whatever. So you can tell it to halt, you can tell it to flee, you can tell it to fall, you can tell it to drop whatever it's got, or you can tell it to come towards you.
I'm going to tell it to flee.
Okay. So it's going to move quickly as possible for 1 round. It may do nothing but this during its turn, and it provokes attacks of opportunity for its movement as of normal. So the next time it goes, it's going to run. Excellent. Ulf, your turn.
Right. I've got 30 feet, is it, my movement, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, you can move double if you're sprinting.
So have they noticed us yet?
They are very preoccupied with the wolf.
Okay. I'd like to move to there if I can.
Yep. Gonna get a stealth if you're gonna shift
Yeah.
positions during combat. Particularly if they've not noticed you yet.
24.
24, nice. So you slip through the underbrush as far as you can see, unaware.
30 there then. And then what I would like to do is I got one of my arrows and doused it in the green gunk off Ebe's squid.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to attempt to fire that arrow at the guy who basically looks after the badgers.
Okay, yeah. Give that a go.
Dave, I really hope you've got your axe trying
Oh
to
my
escape.
god.
I'll do when it's my turn.
That's a whatever +6, isn't it, for me?
D20 plus 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 7.
Oh my god. do you have any more dice, Ad?
I rolled really well up until this point.
Yeah, he has. The arrow just sails by him, and he sort of sees this weird, crusty arrow just embedded in the ground, and he's really confused. And he looks round and gets a bonus on seeing you, and he's like,
Oh, so he's seen me. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you start firing arrows. But yeah, he now sees you. Other people haven't quite clocked your position, but he certainly has. And he starts letting out loud whistles.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Dave, you'll go again.
Disappearing.
Oh, sorry, the wolf's go, Lee. Sorry.
It's going to attack the same person. So
Yep, it's going to try and bite that guy in the face.
Yeah.
Cool. What did you roll, Lee?
8.
That is 8 plus the wolf's bite is +2. That's a miss, I'm afraid, Lee.
Oh no, poor wolf.
10 is no dice. It does not hit, I'm afraid. So, Dave, your turn.
I'm going to unsheath my axe.
You don't want to use a piece of the furniture or a torch or, some other miscellaneous object to attempt to fight with.
No.
Don't tempt him.
I mean, I can't.
Axe.
Isn't it? I mean, is there another way out of this? Can I look around the room? Is there a window open? Or...
Yeah, I'll take a perception, please.
Oh. I rolled. Plus my perception is that is not my strong point. 17.
It is a shuttered cabin. It's completely sealed. It's quite dark inside, but for some candles, but that's to be expected. It's like a normal, reasonable inside. There's 2 beds and a door behind you. There are some gaps of light, but that's just where there's gaps in between the logs. Otherwise, it's a sturdy, if not hastily built cabin. It is thatch on the roof, though.
Okay. Thing is, I just know that when I start, if I'm going to set fire to this cabin, I'm going to die inside it. I mean, okay, I'm gonna kind of continue with the idea of if I unsheath my axe, can I not light a fire? Or do I have to put the axe away to light the fire?
I mean, it's very difficult to light a fire with... I mean, there are candles around. I suppose you could have an axe in one hand and try to set things alight with your with the candle.
Okay. Can I can I try and prop up one of the prop it up towards the thatch of the roof in this corner over here?
Yeah.
So
you raise the candle to the thin straw roof that's quite low. There's a couple of beams above you, but it easily catches fire. It's a thin straw roof.
Excellent. So then now that's lit. Can I unsheath my axe?
Thank you.
I'm like, can I shout to the dude outside and be like, "Hey man, I gotta get out of here right now. The gods have set fire to your cabin. I need to get out."
Can I get a diplomacy?
Diplomacy. Where's the fun? 7. Ooh. 23.
Okay. So he says, "Okay, I'm coming. And next round is the guy who's having his face bitten off. He's going to try and slash back at this wolf and miss again. Then the next person, it's going to be guard 2. And the dire boars are in front of him. And he's going to kind of let them get on with their work. He is going to... Actually, no, he's going to probably try and come round and gut it from behind. So he's going to try and come here, get the flanking bonus, attack it with his mace. For a miss, the guard, he's going to go in the house and get some more guards. So he's going to go in and talk to them. And this guy, Rum, he is going to whistle and he is going to take out his mace and he's going to take a run at you, Ad. So he's going to take his full movement and try and mace you in the face. 20 in total. That's a hit, isn't it?
Yes.
It's 1d8 plus 1. Can you take 7 damage, please, Ad?
Yeah.
How casually you took that damage, dude.
He's got used to it.
I'm conscious soon.
Not quite yet.
Right, the first dire badger is going to attempt to maul this wolf again, and that's a miss. The second one is going to flee, triggering an attack of opportunity. He's going to flee to his full movement, so he's going to go 60, so he's going to go over here. So wolf gets a hit. If you want to roll a d20, Lee, for the wolf's attack of opportunity on him.
7.
Bite just +2. I'm afraid that's a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that dire badger is running away. Lee, your turn.
Fantastic. Let me just do some checks. I must have hit my sensitivity because my mouse is way too sensitive. Right. 25 feet. Oh, sorry, Ed. 25, 30. If I move to there. Yink. 35 feet. What's my channel negative energy? Is it 30 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to move myself 2 squares over here. And I'm going to use channel negative energy.
Okay, cool. So that's what, 2d6 for you, Lee? And they'll get a save to half the damage.
So first roll's 5.
Yep.
Second roll's 4. So 9 plus
That's
whatever
potentially
it is.
9 damage that I don't believe there's a plus. I'm just going to quickly check on your character sheet. So Giles, channel negative energy.
So not 2.
2d6 points of damage, and they get a DC 12 will save to halve the damage. You can do this ability 4 times a day. So let's have a look who's in 30 feet of you. So all of them are, including your own wolf.
Yeah, no. Is there anyone in that building that I can't see? That may also be in reach.
No, not within reach.
Okay.
Okay, so Dire Badger looks unharmed. Guard number 2 and the first guy, however, both of them, sorry, not unharmed, takes half damage. So that is half of 9. Rounded up, it's 5. Dire Badger takes 5. Number 2 and the guard and the Hap, they both take 9. The dwarf getting bit in the face falls. He falls to the ground.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
And he's bleeding on the floor out of his eyes and ears when negative damage happens. Negative energy happens. Ulf, it's your turn.
Can I use my dagger on this round?
Yeah.
I'll whip out my dagger and give him a good stabbing.
Excellent. D20 to hit.
Yes, that's 17 plus 3, so 20, yeah.
Yep, 20 is a hit.
Okay, and then it's 1d4 plus 3, is it? Oh no. What is the... Is it just one play? Plus 6, is that?
It's D4 and it should be plus your strength modifier.
Oh, it's plus 1. Sorry.
So D6 was to hit. So, yeah, roll me D4 plus 1, please, Ad.
4.
4. So he takes 4 damage. So your dagger makes a nice deep welt across his chest. It's the wolf's turn, Lee.
Okay. My wolf is going to attack the badger.
Yep, nice. D20 plus 2 for me, please, Lee.
20.
That's certainly a hit. Was that a roll of 20 or was that 20?
No,
total?
that's 20 total.
Okay, no worries. That's certainly a hit. So the wolf's damage, this is the last round he gets, by the way. 1d6 plus 1.
5.
Nice. He takes 5 damage. So Dire Badger looks pretty injured, but not that badly injured. He's taken quite a lot of damage, you would consider, but the Dire Badger just seems to be shrugging it off. Your wolf disappears this round, Lee.
Okay.
The guy who you've been talking to, Dave, comes over and unlocks the door and opens it and says, "Bloody hell, what have you done to the roof?"
Hey, nothing, man. It was all divine power.
It's this guy comes running over at the end of the turn to come to his person. He's joined the initiative range. Sorry, he doesn't do that. He does that after your go. And 3 guys come piling out the house. We measure 40 feet. 25, so he comes piling out to here. This guy comes piling out to here. This guy follows him here. as these guys start marching. This guy also joins as well, seeing the dire badger run past him, and he runs over to here. So you've got the entire camp notices you now. Dave, your turn.
I'll say to them both, these two guys over here, like, hold on. Yeah, these two over here. Like, we gotta fire out. Get in here. Get in here. We gotta get this fire out.
Can I get a diplomacy again, please? Because they've let the door open for you.
Certainly can. Come on. Diplomacy. 24. Come on.
He looks at you and looks at the axe, and then he looks at the fire, and he says, "You're gonna need to help me put this out. Like, if you lower your dagger, come on. Let's put out this fire."
I'll be like, yeah, man, no worries. I'll only pull the axe out if I needed to break down the door if you weren't going to let me out.
Okay. So do you put the axe away?
Oh, yeah. Put the axe away, yeah.
So you put the axe away, and on his turn, he's going to move, but he doesn't go until the end of the round. Who goes next? So, this guy goes. Dwarf 1 goes, so he's going to rush in he's going to push past his friend, and he's going to start putting out the fire. It's already started to spread, so he's just going to get a bedcloth, and he's just going to be, like, wafting it. Try and put it out. Let's see if he puts it out. He does not successfully put out the fire. And who's next? He's unconscious. Next person to go is Guard 2. Now that wolf's gone, he's going to see you, Giles, and he's going to go. And he's going to pick his bolt up from the floor, and he's going to reload it, and that's what he's going to do with this round. So he's going to pick up his item, he's going to reload it, and he's going to cock it, ready to fire at you next round. So that's how he's going to spend his go. The guard is going to take a swipe at you, Lee. This guy who was next to you. I'm just going to quickly label these guys so I can keep better track of them in battle. There we go. So he's going to take a swipe at you, Lee.
Okay.
And miss.
Haha.
The next two guys, they're going to pile around you as well, Lee. The guy's going to come over here.
Bring them in.
And he's going to attempt to get you as well. What's your AC, Lee?
My AC is 9.
Yep. Cool. So he's going to use his mining pick on you. That's a hit. 6 plus 1. Take 5 damage, please, Lee.
Yeah.
And this guy's going to come pile in as well, and he's going to use his mining pick on you and miss. So these guys are just swinging picks at you, and you're like dodging like the Matrix.
So that was 5 damage, yeah?
Yeah, 5 damage.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to wish they didn't come over to me.
Grum's going to attack you, lad. Critical miss. He's going to drop his mace to the floor, and he's going to look at you, and he's going to say, "Can't we sort this reasonably, chap?"
I'm going to thrust my dagger at his throat.
Okay, you could do that on your next round.
Yeah, sure.
The first Dire Badger is going to come to the aid of his master, so he's going to cross, and he's going to go to you, Ad, and he is going to attempt to take a bite out of you.
Savage me.
And he's going to miss. He's not just going to miss, he's going to slide, come barreling in, and he is going to... Let's have a look. So he's going to trip and knock both himself over and his master over.
Nice.
So I'm just going to have them both facing away from you as they're scattered. So he kind of like knocks his master over enthusiastically, trying to barrel in. The second dire Badger is going to try and make it back into battle because he's going to stop fleeing because it only lasted one round. 60, he's going to come here.
Oh no.
There we go. Lee, it's your turn.
I'll go to channel negative energy.
Okay, 2d6, please.
That's 6.
In total.
Yeah. Rolled a 5 and a 1.
So, fail. The
God.
1 takes 6 damage. Pass, so he takes 3. That guy fails as well, so he takes 6. Anyone else in the very radius?
Oh, yes, there is. There's the Badger.
The Badger, that guy on the floor. A lot of people in here, a lot of people in range of this league. So I've
Like
got
chess.
3 more will saves to do. And they're all max damage. So that is Dire Badger 2 takes 6. So Hap. And then the 3 guards have taken that. The guy at the end takes 6. Guard number 2, he takes. So guard number 2 goes down. This negative energy. So there we go. Ulf, your turn.
As these two are these classed as like prone or something, are they?
Yeah, you get a bonus on them because they're on the floor.
So can I move past them without triggering an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll move to there if that's all right.
Yep.
And then I'll take a shot at old Grimly.
Grum. Yep.
Grum.
Sure can.
16.
16's a hit, particularly when he's prone.
Oh, nice.
You roll for damage for me. You're straight D8, aren't you, with your longbow?
1d8, is it plus 1, was it?
Nope, plus nothing.
Oh,
He's dwarf,
6.
not a human, I'm afraid.
Just 6.
Just 6. He'll take 6. Who's next? We've got Ad's just gone. Wolf's no longer here. Right, so the next guy that goes is going to be this guy with the war pick and shield, and he's going to push straight past you, Dave, and he's going to also try and put out the fire.
Excellent.
And they are not managing to put out this fire, and it is getting a bit choking in there. Dave, what are you going to do? It's your turn. Oh, wait, no, sorry, it's this last guy's go here. Oh God, why did I have so many bloody dwarves? I wasn't expecting you to attack the entire camp at once.
Neither were we.
Right. Who's he most likely to get? He's probably going to go for Ad. He's going to swing his pick at you, Ad. And miss.
Yes.
Right. Dave, it's your turn.
I'm going to be like to these guys in here who are. I'm going to very quickly grab. I'm going to grab some snow to put it out and dart out the door.
Yeah.
Please close the door. Please close the door.
As I dart out the door, I'm going to bolt the door shut.
Ah, that's nasty.
Good move. Good move.
Yeah, the door is bolted. You notice it's a really big bolt, and you notice some dents in the wooden door that clearly the cleric of Cassis was trying to do. So you could see that they've nailed a load of wood additionally on the outside. This is a fortified building from the outside, and this roof is just ablaze.
Fire.
Burn, baby, burn.
It's getting hot in here.
Anyone like roast dwarves for dinner? Yeah, do you want to do any more movement, Dave, with your round?
I mean, is the fire? Is it taking over the entire roof, or is it just kind of?
It's spreading really quickly, so it's spreading about. I'm going to say it's going to spread 5 feet every round, so it's gone from just that 5 foot square, so it's nearly sort of half the roof.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll I mean, can I very quickly light a torch?
Yeah, you'll have to spend this round doing it if you're gonna have to sacrifice your movement round.
I mean, I'm not in any immediate. I mean, mind you. I mean, Giles, you're in.
We are.
You guys die. I guess I'm gonna have to. Wow. Where do I go? I mean, no, better off not going anywhere near Giles if you're going to keep on channeling negative energy.
You just need to stay 30 feet away from me. But you could move into a position where you could, send an arrow. Just don't set it towards my head.
Can I get to jump above? Can I do a double dash?
Not with you doing your action. You'll be able to do 30 feet.
Okay. Where can I go in 30 feet? Right. I mean, Ulf, how I can't ask you this, can I actually? Okay, I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna move 30 feet to there.
Okay.
I'm gonna take any penalties there, am I?
So that is your go done.
Is it? I only moved 30 feet.
Yep. You bolted the door. You've done an action and you've done your half move as well. And cool. You've run out of there as well. So you've done everything that you need to do. So these guys, well, you can't see in here anymore, so I'm gonna hide the contents of this place. So you see the flames begin to grow, and can I get a perception, Dave?
Rolled 19. 24.
You see the tip of a pick just go through a piece of wood and like punch out the door and sort of struggle to be retrieved, but it's only the tiniest hole in between two really big logs, and you hear like screaming, "Let us out, please, let us out."
I casually ignore that.
Slowly moving to evil, Dave. It's not even a slow progression to evil. Your character's just evil now.
Next will be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil god of undeath would be proud of you, Dave. Brevus less so. Right, it's these three guards, and they're going to all attack Yuli.
Here we go again.
Your AC is 9, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a hit. Next one's a hit. Third one's not a hit. So it's D6 plus 1. Oh, yeah, the minus picks D6 plus 1. 5, 6, 7 damage in totally from the 2 picks hitting you and the third one missing.
Okay. Still alive. Right.
I've got some more goes. So the guards have just gone. It's Grum and the Badgers go. That's a great name for a band.
Or a detective agency.
Grum and the Badgers. Nice. Actually, no, he's not going to do that. He's going to go over to this guy, and he's going to take a potion out of his pocket, and he's going to give it to him.
Oh, no.
No.
What do you mean they've got potions on them?
They do have potions on them. So he gives him the potion, but it's not enough to take him back to full consciousness. But at the moment, he is stable. So I'll keep him as an X. But I'll make an additional note for myself. That one. So he's now had some healing done to him. The 2 badgers are going to engage. Well, actually, they're going to split up. One's going to go for you. The first one's going to go for you, Lee. And the dire badger is going to... That's a hit. And he's going to do his bite. 1d4 plus 2. That's 4 damage. He does to you, Lee.
Okay. Okay.
And you notice this badger starts to twitch and its eyes start to get really fierce and it starts to foam at the mouth. And the same thing happens to the other one as well, as you see their fur stand on end and their muscles begin to quiver. And you think they're going through some sort of adrenaline rush, both these badgers. The second one's going to hit you in this adrenaline rush mode, Ad. So it's going to bolt on you, and that's going to be a hit. And that's going to be 5 damage, Ad.
Oh.
As it bites you.
Dang it.
Next go is Yuli.
I am just considering what I'm doing. 1 moment. How confident are you guys at getting me back up if I drop?
Oh no.
Oh, I'm about to ask the same on you.
If I move, okay, I'm gonna do a hang on a minute, I'll just check. Yeah, I'm gonna do a cure moderate wounds to myself.
And I'm going to very quickly nip to the loo.
Cool. 2d8 plus 3, Lee.
Oh, wrong dice. Oops.
Went for those d6s, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Know it.
It's D8, yeah, it's D8. So that's
Your dice rolls don't
11.
show on the stream, Lee.
I've not got my camera connected for it,
What a shame.
so
You've got some beautiful dice.
I have I need a better camera for them because the problem is you can't make out what the dice rolls are, so that's why I've not done it. That's why that was a 5 and a 6. What was it added?
+3.
So 5, 6, 14 is that?
14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you heal yourself by 14.
Nice.
14, 15, 16. So I'm back on 17.
Nice. Ad, it's your turn.
These are the dice I'm using today, though.
Oh, nice.
It's hard to see.
I kind of haven't got much choice. I suppose I better just have a stab at the dwarf next to me with me dagger.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's +3, isn't it?
Yeah, D20 +3 for you.
That's 18.
Okay, that's certainly a hit.
And
So it's what,
D4.
1d4 plus 1?
3.
Cool. So that is your turn, Ad. Next person to go is this guy, the guy inside the burning building. He's going to try and bust the door. It's not going to happen. Not as they've reinforced this place as a prison. So he is just going to scream. The guy next to you, Ad, is going to attack you. And he's not going to hit you. Dave, it's your turn. You hear this terrible screaming behind you as the fire catches the rest of the roof and straw begins to fall down, burning the people inside alive.
I'm gonna sheathe my axe, unsheathe my bow, very briefly turn around back to the burning building, saying, "Don't worry, guys, I'll get you out in a minute," and then turn back to shoot at one of these guys.
Okay, cool. Which guy do you fire at?
I'm gonna shoot at this guy here.
Yep. Cool. Go for it. So D20 for me.
D20. So that's 14 plus my 3 to hit, is it?
Well, let's have a quick look at your character sheet. I don't entirely know. It is.
It's range.
What's your range? Is it within 60 feet?
I think so, yeah.
It's +6 for your masterwork elven shortbow.
Oh, +6.
Yeah, +6 to hit.
20 then.
Yep. Nice.
Lee's job.
So that is just a straight D6, isn't it, to hit with your short bow?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I rolled 3.
Oh, you get sneak attack as well because you're hitting him from behind. Another D6 as well, please, Dave.
Oh, I rolled 6.
You rolled 6. So that's 9 damage in total to this guy. The arrow punches through his shoulder, but he doesn't quite drop. He's still sort of staggering. He's in a bit of a daze that he's still up, but blood like pouring from him. But he's still, going.
Okay.
It
was
who
tough, man.
is next? The other guy inside the building is hammering on the door, but again, let's do a quick strength check for him. No, he's not been able to bust the door. And it is now the 3 guards around you, Lee.
Give me 2 secs, guys. Give me 2 secs.
The guys in the building, surely they're passed out of smoke by now.
They're taking rolls. One hit on you, Lee.
Okay.
Take 4 damage. Now it's going to be Grum and the Badgers. So Grum is going to use his next potion. And this guy is going to be up. So Hunter number 2 is back in play. He'll be deployed next round. So Badger number 1 is going to go for you, Lee, and he is going to do a full attack. As I said, this guy's fur is on end. He has had a severe adrenaline rush, and he is going to bite and claw you at the same time. So he's going to try and get you with his bite and hit, and he's going to try and get you with his claws as well, and he's going to hit you with them as well. So the first attack is going to be 1d4 plus 4, so that's going to be 6 damage on you. The next attack is going to be 2 plus 4, so that's going to be 6. So, what did I say for the first one?
That's all right. It's fine.
12.
6 and 6, 12.
It's fine.
So that's 12 damage in total.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm still standing. Barely.
Stronger than you ever did.
Guys, when I drop, you're gonna have to do something amazing because, yeah,
I'm kind of pinned at the minute.
I am gonna drop. Dave's the Angelus the strong one, so hopefully he can save us all.
Ad, you're going to be attacked by the second Dire Badger, who's going to do his full attack. Second attack's going to hit. The bite misses you, but the claws sadly close in on you. It does 5 damage to you, Ad.
Have you guys got cure wounds still?
Yep.
I think you both got on each, haven't you? Cool.
Lee, it's your turn.
Channel negative energy.
Best defense is offense.
Fine. No, I'm good. Oh, I need another run for this.
2 4s, so 8.
8 damage in total. Nice. Let's roll some saves. We'll start with this guy up here who fails and immediately goes back unconscious.
Good.
Is Grum in distance?
He is.
Grum is certainly in distance. Let's roll for Grum. He fails. Grum takes 8 damage. That takes him up to... Well, Grum's going to drop.
Yes.
These 3 guys around you, let's roll for them. Pass. Fail. Fail. So number 2 is going to pass, so he's going to take 4. Number 1 fails, he's going down. Final guy. Fail. Sorry, what were you saying, Dave?
Yeah, it's a real badass spell that you got there, Lee.
He's only got 1 more. You've done it 3 times, haven't you, Lee?
I have been marking them down, so yes, I've got 1 more after this.
Yeah, cool. Thought so.
Because we get 4 a day.
You certainly do. But you can't use anything like your Bleeding Touch or anything now because that uses your channel negative energy thing. Dire Badger, let's have a quick look. Dire Badger passes with Soaring Colours, but he does take 4.
Yeah, I ain't going down without a fight.
Badger's sort of nose bleeds, eye bleeds, but other than that, the Badger just seems completely unfazed. Foam is just pouring out this thing's mouth. Ulf, your turn.
I'll neck a potion of Cure Light Wounds if that's all right.
Yep, sure. 1d8 plus 1, please.
1d8. dear. 3.
3.
That
3
puts
it
me
is.
back on 8 hit points.
I was really hoping to hear that you'd rolled an 8 then.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
boy.
Guy in the burning building.
Slowly dying.
Slowly dying. Yep.
Good.
Again, tries the door. Is failing.
Oh, good. I mean, oh no.
So evil, Dave. So evil, trapping 2 dwarves in a burning building. There's a special place in hell. And you get hit by the final guy who goes, and he's going to do 7 damage to you.
Oh no.
Is Ulf unconscious?
I'm on 1 hit point.
Oh man.
You guys think you're going to be able to make the warehouse raid tonight?
Oh shit. Forgot about that.
Got to meet that guy at midnight. Got to see if that's going to happen, or will you end up prisoners in a dwarven camp?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, Angelus, your turn.
I'm gonna shoot my bow at this dude.
Okay, cool. D20, please.
15. Oh, plus 6. Is it? No.
15 plus 6, yeah, plus flank, so that is safely a hit. 2d6, please. First d6 for your short bow, second d6 for your sneak attack.
Okay. First one is 5.
Oh, wait, is your sneak attack 1d6 or 2d6?
No idea.
So it's 2d6 and you get bleed. You need to remember these things, Dave, because otherwise I'm going to forget.
I do, don't I?
Yeah. So
Okay,
do
so
2d6 of damage plus bleed. 2 additional
Ooh.
points of damage each round. Need to remember this, Dave.
Yeah, Dave,
Yes,
save my
sir.
life.
Yeah.
Right.
So 3d6 damage, please, and then 2 extra for him bleeding.
3d6. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
in total.
So first one was 5.
Yep.
Second one's 2. And the third one is 4.
So
So-
he doesn't just drop, he's killed instantly. Your arrow goes straight through his head. And he is dead. Who's next? The dwarf in the building. Well, you're not even hearing screams anymore. Let's go down. Guards around Lee. There's only one left. He's going to miss you anyway with his pick. And it was going to be Grum's turn. It's the 2 badgers go. Lee's badger first. He's going to do his full attack. First one hits. Second one hits. Just add this damage together. So that's 6 plus... That's going to be plus 8 in total. Take 14 damage, please, Lee.
Ooh. Oh.
Now, no need to worry, guys, too much, but I am currently on minus 15. It was 14 damage, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, 14.
14, sorry. It was minus 13.
And your constitution is 12, Lee. Giles is dead.
Oh shit.
That's me out of the campaign.
Giles has just been completely ravaged by that dire badger.
Why did you
now-
You're on
The thing
minus
is-
13. Were you on 1 health, Lee?
I was on 1 health.
You're on 1 health. So that dire badger has brought you to death. You're minus your constitution.
All because Angelus didn't remember about his extra damage. Could have saved me.
Yeah, bugger off. Don't give me that shit.
I mean,
To be fair, that other person died, so that's not that. Right. Who's next?
Hang on. Where's my cross?
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to pop it on you?
Oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm out. Giles is now.
There you go. Giles is out.
Giles is no longer alive.
Ulf, it's time to meet your dire badger. First one misses, second one misses. Ulf is not unconscious. Ulf is incredibly lucky. These dire badgers are hardcore. So both those dire badgers have gone. It was going to be your go, Lee. Ulf, it's now your turn.
I'm going to have to guzzle another potion, I think. Cure light wounds again. Come on.
You're putting a plaster on a burning building.
2.
2.
Altogether. So I'm on 3 hit points. Yay.
3 hit points. Okay. Again, no screams from the house anymore.
I mean, I did my bit, guys. I killed 2. 3 even.
I'd take 4 damage from the guy with the mace in front, not mace, from the guy with the war pick in front of you.
Okay, so I'm on -1 now then.
Yeah, -1. That's add unconscious. Dave, it's your turn.
Oh, balls. I'm gonna shoot my bow at this dude.
That dude? Yep, go for it.
This is where I need to roll lucky. I mean, 18 I rolled.
18 plus 6. Oh, is 18 critical hit on your short bow?
Yes, I think it is.
Let's have a quick look. No, it's 20 critical hit on your short bow, but it is ×3 for when it is. Oh, well. No worries. That's a hit anyway. Can I get 3d6 off you plus your 2 bleeding damage?
And a 4. 3, 4, and a 4.
Total, please, Dave.
13.
13. That guy isn't just dropped, he is dead.
Yes.
So, guards have gone. There's only 2 dire badgers left. There's no more people, are there?
The one next to me.
Oh yeah, there is the one next to you. He's going to keep going. He doesn't go until the end. So the 2 dire badgers are there. It's their turn next. This dire badger is going to scamper around. Now you're on the ground. He's very well trained and he's going to back off. And he is going to start scampering around this corner for Dave.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look at dire badger's movement. So 30 foot. The dire badger just comes around the corner for you, Dave. This other badger begins to scamper towards you as well.
Oh, fuck me.
He's going to double dash and hit you with a bite.
Hit me with a bite?
Yep.
Oh.
That's a hit. 1d4 plus 4. 8 damage, please, Dave.
Ooh, this is the end of our campaign, boys. 8 damage, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I'm down to 17 health. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Ad, can I get your save versus death, please?
What is it going to have to beat?
D20.
Yeah.
And you have to beat 10 plus the minus number you're on.
Okay, so 11.
11, yeah.
11.
And it's plus your constitution score for you to stabilize. What did you roll?
1.
Those dice need to go in the bin.
Oh my god.
Very good.
Oh dear.
Are they plastic dice?
Yeah.
There they are. They are. I need to get some metal ones. So the guy next to you, he's going to start rummaging through your ship. So what have you got on you? Do you got any hit potions of Cure Light Wounds?
Yeah, there's one remaining.
Cool.
No.
He's going to take it and put it in his pocket. He's going to go through and see some of your coinage. He's just going to take a bag full of gold. We'll find out how much in the end. Actually, Ad, how much gold do you have?
I've got 4 platinum, 370 gold pieces, 9 copper, and 8 silver.
Okay, he takes the 4 platinum, and he takes half your gold. The rest kind of spills out on the floor, and like the copper and silver, he just leaves alone. And then he's gonna turn around, see everyone on the floor, and he's gonna bolt.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Please.
he's gonna piss off.
I've got a lot of money on me.
Right, no one's looting your corpse yet.
He
There's
sees
also
all his comrades
potions.
dead. He sees the 2 dire badgers have gone completely feral, and he's just bombed it. Just bombed it absolutely completely. Dave, your turn. You've got these 2 feral badgers on you.
Excellent. I mean, I can't turn and run because they'll get an attack of opportunity.
That's true.
That badger's too close for a bow, so I'm gonna have to discard my bow.
And throw an axe it.
I'm gonna draw an axe.
Unless you'd like to equip a Wellington boot.
I'm gonna equip an axe.
You're gonna equip an axe. Okay, cool.
And
So boring, Dave.
I mean, now, question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm this close to this badger, I know this badger's like snarling at me and wanting to rip me throat out.
Yep.
But do I have time to equip special weapon oil to my axe?
Do you have time to equip special weapon oil? Yes, I say you would.
I'm gonna equip special weapon oil.
Yeah.
As I'm kind of like, oh shit, this badger's
Nice.
coming.
So this is your magic oil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. You now get a +1 to hit and a +1 to damage.
Okay.
Roll me d20.
Roll a d20. Okay. This is the only. If there's any nights that I want us to roll good, it's tonight. What he does? 15. I roll.
15.
15. Yeah.
15 is a. Let's just have a quick look.
15 plus whatever else.
Is a hit on the dire badger. Yeah, roll for damage for me. That's 1d6, isn't it?
1d6. Yeah.
Yeah. 1d6 +1 is your strength, but it'll be +2 because of the magic. So 1d6 +2.
1d6 plus 2. Come on,
Yeah.
be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. It is a 5. So 7.
5. 7 in total.
Yep.
So this dire badger looks really badly wounded. You cleave straight into its shoulder. Blood is gushing out. It's stumbling around, but it's kind of on its last legs. It's still certainly strong enough to give you a full attack. Missed on both accounts.
Come on.
Second badger.
Use tonight. We were trying to be good.
25. Instead of attacking the hunters, you decided to attack the entire dwarven camp. I would say this was very safely an act of suicide. But
What did mean?
Miss, I told you I wouldn't make up for your stupid decisions. And this was a really how many enemies do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. We have 9 dwarves and 2 dire badgers. We'll go through the CR of the total HP you'd have to have taken out after. But yes, that's it was an interesting decision on your part. The bite was a miss, Dave. Your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna return and kill this one.
Yep.
Um,
D20, please.
D20. I rolled 16.
16 would be a hit.
Oh, good. D5, is he still at D5? D6 plus
Yep,
2.
D6 plus 2.
Be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. 6.
Badger drops to the floor. Blood spurting out from it, thick over its fur. The other badger you see noticeably calms down and fails a will save. It's going to retreat.
Oh.
So it's going to run. You can take an attack of opportunity on it if you want with sneak attack bonus, but it is definitely scarpering.
Yeah, go on. I'll try. Let's try and finish it off.
Okay. So as it moves, D20 to hit, Dave.
D20 to hit. Come on, be good. 11. I roll.
11. So that's plus your. Is that plus your 2 to hit? So that's 13. 12, 13, plus your 2 for flank. Yep, that's going to be a hit. Sorry, back attack, not flank. So, yeah, that's going to be a hit.
Cool. Roll D6 plus 2, is it still?
3d6 plus 2.
3d6 plus 2.
Sorry,
Right.
3d6 plus 3 because it's sneak attack, because you're attacking him from behind. You get your full sneak attack.
Okay. 3d6 plus
2 of which are 3 for your first one.
3 for the first one.
Yeah, what's your next one?
1.
1.
1, be good, be good, be good, be good. 6.
6. That's 10 in total, plus 3, and then there's bleed damage on that as well. So that's 13 in total. This thing's taken 6 damage. So that's 19. That is not enough to take the dire badger down, I'm afraid. They have quite a lot of health. Yeah. I mean, they're dire badgers. They're these creatures, beasts of burden. Bad idea to tangle with one of these guys. It wanders off screen and begins at full bolt away from you. You could try and pursue it if you want, but you've got Ulf. Can you do me a? You didn't pass your save, did you? Can you do me another? We've had 2 rounds. Could you do me 2 rolls, see if you bleed or not?
So, what? So when I did the fail
D20
last time,
plus your Constitution modifier, add.
right?
And every time you fail, you take an extra +1 bleeding damage.
Yeah, so that's my 2. So 11, that is.
Yep. Is that a fail? Yep, that is a fail.
Yeah.
Can you do it again for me, please? You now have to beat 13.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Okay.
Fail again. Cool.
1.
So you're on
1.
-4.
No,
Dave, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna give. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Ad a set of my dice. Right. Okay. So I've still got my special weapon oil that has been used. I'm gonna have to double dash to add. I think if I can. Oh no, are we still in combat?
No, you're not in combat anymore. That badger's running away. The dwarf's gone, taking most of Ad's money with him. Did you deduct your 300 gold and your 4 platinum and your health potion?
Yeah.
Mugged.
Mugged.
So, Angelus, what you going to do? You're going to go over to Ad.
I'm gonna go to add. I'm gonna. Do you have any extra health? No, okay. I'm
He
gonna.
robbed me.
Oh, no, I'm gonna.
You could try and help him stabilize.
I mean, I've got one cure light wounds on me. So.
Might be time to use it.
Next, aren't it? Hey.
So it might be a good time to use it.
It could be, but I mean, yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, damn. I mean, I'm gonna shove the cure white light wounds down all snack.
Oh, 1d8 plus 1, please.
+1.
Yep.
Come on, Dave.
A D8.
Can I
There's
just
a D8
ask
yeah.
the DM a quick question?
Of course you can.
Are you on the standard fantasy of 15 points on character creation, or is it the low fantasy of 10?
So I do a dry roll, which is 3d6 per stat.
Okay, I'm looking at.
You're looking at point build. I don't use point build. So you roll 3d6 for each stat. But we'll talk about it at the end, Lee, because there may be a chance for poor Giles.
Right. Okay.
Particularly as he is a priest of the undeath, so we can talk end of play, so to speak, work terminology there. End of play, we can talk about what will happen with poor Giles.
Poor dead Giles.
Poor dead Giles, yeah. Fortunately, you've got a good god for avoiding the ill effects of death, but there may be some heavy penalties. Well, I've got machinations stirring. I don't want to let you off easy. So, what did you roll for the cure, Dave?
I haven't rolled it yet. Give me a second.
He's picking his best dice.
Just throw my D8. Have I got another D8? I do have another D8. Okay. Let's hope this D8's okay. And it is. It's an 8.
Oh, nice.
4 plus 1.
Add your heal by 8.
Wait,
I'm just gonna retrieve my other D8. Give me a second.
I really want someone to open the door and then it's the evil Giles in me. It's still there. It's like it's expecting his dad to open his door and smack him on the head.
So you guys are now up and you see the carnage around you. You see lots of dwarves dead or dying on the floor. You see your friend Giles with a war pick sort of half buried in his shoulder, mauled by a badger, semi-ripped open. Can I get a perception off you both?
27. Now he rolls a 17.
Plus my perception. I've been rolling really good tonight. It's a bloody good job. 24.
Nice. So you see Giles's body stretched across the floor and his loot's all spilled out. The trinkets that he's collected are on the floor, and you see the onyx rings scattered in a pattern in the snow. And you see simultaneously a glow come from all these rings, and they begin to break in a cascade. One onyx shatters, another onyx shatters, a third onyx shatters, and you see Giles begin to writhe. His eyes roll back in his head, still lifeless but pure white, and he begins to shuffle up, and he stands there looming, shifting back and forth. Lee, you are a lifeless husk for next. A zombie.
Lovely.
So yeah, shall we end the session there, guys?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like Shaun of the Dead. We have him chained up in the garden.
We need to discuss this off stream.
We'll discuss this off stream, Lee.
Fantastic.